she is showing her shoulders, she is sinning, or like she is showing her legs, she's sinning. No, a lot of people have different perspectives of modesty. This is one of my perspectives, what I think about modesty. Guys, welcome back to Pink Table Talk and to Christian counseling. Some people are probably not gonna like this video, and you know, there's a lot of controversy in the world right now that it's just crazy. Today we are announcing modesty. Now, this is a Christian girl talk, so if you're not Christian or you don't believe in God, I suggest you to click off because you may not understand this. Decide to still watch this video, great. I love that, you know, you put aside, you know, your thoughts and beliefs, and you're just here to listen to us. Like, what is our perspective of modesty? Well, today, obviously, I'm wearing some long sleeve. And this is not to insult you. This is not to say you can't wear this, you can't wear that. What difference does that make me telling you that you can't? Mostly, obviously, us humans, when they tell us what to do, we don't end up doing it. So what good is that making? Nothing, right? Title this Mind versus Body because a lot of our society really looks at the outside, really doesn't dig in deep who that person is. We live in a world where most of us find our self-worth in materialism. We're basically, whatever you wear, that's how people treat you. I don't agree with it because, you know, like, some person could wear wrinkly clothes or anything like that, and then you might treat them differently than whether a person's wearing a suit, brush and everything, they look elegant. You will treat them differently than the other person that has like old clothes, looks homeless and everything. And I guess it's something that we just have to deal with. Appearance is rather more important than the beauty inside. Not saying for me, I'm just saying that that's how the world sees things. Like, the beauty outside, beauty inside is the one that speaks for you. It's not the one that labels you. Like, you might see a person and you might automatically think, oh well, she's this, he's that. And it's really bad. It's really bad from our part. And as you know, as society, I feel like we have to be more caring, more lovable. And I understand it's hard. It's really hard. You know, we live in a world where there's a lot of chaos, there's a lot of controversy, there's a lot of stuff going on, and it's just different from the world seen as kids. Like, as kids, obviously we don't worry about these stuff. We don't worry about like weight loss or how your eyebrows look. We don't worry about how our faces look. We don't worry about selfies. Like, as young people, we don't worry about that. But now we are entering in an age where everything is literally thrown in your face, and you have to be perfect. You have to look like this. You have to be thick. You have to have this. You have to have that. And if you don't, you're literally horrendous to the world, and you're weird, and you're not normal, and like, it's just, people don't accept you. Everyone is worth it. Everyone has a worthy in this life. Everyone has a purpose in this life, and this video is kind of like, girl, wake up. I know it's tough out there, and I know we do things to impress people, and it's naturally in us because we want the attention, and I understand that. But at the same time, we have to be aware of how we represent ourselves. And especially as women of Christ, as young youth that follows Jesus Christ and believes in God, we have to have a representation of God. We have to be different from this world. We can't be the same as this world. We can't have the same actions as this world. We cannot speak like the world we live in today. We cannot. We have to be different. We have to spark that difference in someone's life. Always a thought, like, why does it matter how big your butt is, or why does it matter how big your breasts are? You see, our culture is so focused on lust and doesn't even understand what the word means to empower someone. For example, Cardi B, female rapper, known, obviously, #1 hit song, whatever, WAP. And obviously most of you know what that means. I'm not gonna say it, but you know what that means, right? Society is like seeing this as, wow, like, this is empowering. No, it really isn't. This is not empowering. If anything, you're just insulting yourself. You're basically saying like women are just for this, when no, it's not true. Women are the most precious thing ever. We're strong. Yes, we have emotions like everyone else, but we are really strong. Like, do you know, obviously I don't know personally, like pushing a baby out, you know, but like imagine like women have to go through all that. And it's not only that, like some women like are single mothers and they still have their kids and they still raise up their kids, and it's kind of like, wow, like you're strong, like you're more than what society thinks of you, of women being an object. And it's these songs that men look at and be like, well, you know, this woman doesn't have values, she doesn't have boundaries, she doesn't have standards. And it's kind of a way of men thinking that they can disrespect us. I get mad when I see these things because this is not empowering. This is not empowering. This is a way that men can look at you to disrespect you. To start, self-respect. Modesty is not only how you dress or what you can't show. No, it's also your values and morals. Modesty is something for you. I thought we went through this whole process of fighting for our rights to be viewed as more than just an object, more than just a sexual object, or more than just a person that's in the kitchen always and just cooking. The culture is telling me and telling other women out there that they will find their self-value in using their body, in sexualizing their body, and showing their body. Oh, I'm hot because this, or I'm worthy because I show this. Society telling me I had to be half naked on Instagram to get more likes, or for more people to, you know, be my friend and everything, that I have to fit in this, I have to indulge in other stuff. That is just crazy. Like, to think that, it's so sad. The Bible also states that your eyes are the lamp of your soul. Whatever you consume with your eyes, that is what's gonna come through you on the open, like in front of everyone. What you see in your personal time, or what you do in your personal time, it comes out. It really does come out, and people can notice. You can't notice yourself because obviously you're in that stage where, you know, you can't see that. But people outside can notice what's going on. Listen, self-respect forms a foundation of all decisions you've ever make, and how you treat yourself and how you allow others to treat you. However, it's possible in the process to experience and act with self-esteem, having little self-respect for yourself. The music industry is making a bigger picture for men to portray us as sexual objects. And it truly breaks my heart, because especially young girls and young, you know, generation, and just the youth out there is thinking that this is correct, that this is empowerment, and this is woman power, or this is girl power. This is not girl power. This is in no way girl power. A lot of these role models are being like held to a higher position. They're being held as idols, as, you know, like, oh, I want to be like her because she is, you know, a bad whatever. And it's kind of like, you don't have to show off your body to be hot. You don't have to do none of that. You have to understand, these celebrities and models do not care one single bit about you. They do not care anything about you. How they don't even know you, first of all. They don't even know who you are, and they don't care to know who you are. These people are in it for the money, for the career, not for you. It works the same way. They do this stuff to get sponsored by, you know, surgeons and everything. And how do surgeons get your money? By your insecurities. It's a whole corrupt society that we live in today, and obviously we have to accept that, because it's not going to change. As much as we want, there's people that are still going to do these things, and they're not going to stop. We have to accept that the world we live in today is not perfect. It's terrible. It's crushing. It's just disappointment after disappointment and after disappointment. And we have to accept that. We have to accept that. But also, we have to accept that it all comes down to a choice. Whether you want to be part of that society, that perfect society that you have to do this in order to receive this, you decide. Or whether you want to be different and inspire other people to make a difference. These celebrities know for a fact that these things, like brainwashing your head, is corrupting your mind. It's corrupting your heart. Young teens suffer from bulimia, anorexia, and other stuff, other dangerous stuff. They drink pills to become skinny. They do this exercise. They don't eat as much to become perfect as, you know, these models on Instagram. Whether you believe it or not, these people Photoshop their pictures as much as they can. And the youth is seeing this, and it's making you think that you have to be a certain way to be accepted, when it's not true. As Christians, we learn from the Bible, from Proverbs to 1 Corinthians, we learn that our bodies are temples, a gift that God gave us. And it's something we should cherish and respect. This body is really God's. It's the vessel to our spirit, and it's something that we should treasure and take care of as much as possible, and we should honor it too. A lot of people think that modesty is about, like, there's something wrong or sinful about your body, that we have to cover it up. And yes, we should be mindful with others. That's very important. However, modesty is for you. It's for you, girl. It's to show respect to yourself and obviously to God, and it's something that you should take in consideration. This is not something that I'm forcing to you. This is something that I want to encourage you to do. Modesty is something that also should come from your heart. It's something that should come as a feeling, not a being forced to. Even though I'm a Christian and I may go to church and I may pray and I may read my Bible, I'm not perfect. I feel God, and I can recognize that, and I'm sure like everyone does, and it's fine. I mean, it's not an excuse to keep on sinning, obviously. We're human, we live in this world. There's a lot of things that attract us. There's a lot of evil things that attract us. There's a lot of things that we shouldn't do, but, you know, the Bible says the flesh is weak. And this is why we have to have the Holy Spirit in us, so we can defeat those battles. We can defeat flesh wantings and more of Jesus wantings. No, it's not religion. It's not religion. The world may call it like, oh, well, because you're a Christian, you're religious and everything. Honestly, if you understood, if you were in my shoes and you understood how much I love my God and how much I appreciate Him in my life, then you would understand that this is not a religion. This is really not a religion. This is knowing God, knowing that He exists, knowing that, you know, there is someone out there that cares about me. Even though when I felt as much alone as I thought I was never alone. God was always there. And it took me this long to realize that I'm worthy of everything. I'm important. I'm important to Him. God, He even gave His only Son to come down here, live like men. He was tempted so many times, and He still lived to that perfection. And yet He still gave His life for us, so we can have eternity with Christ, so we can see who God is, so we can see that, you know, He exists. Hello, I'm here. Like, I do exist. And it just takes time to know Christ, and it just takes time to build that bond with Him, to understand that this is not a religion. This really isn't a religion. This is a lifestyle. This is a beautiful lifestyle. This is something I chose. This is something that I chose within me. It's something that just came upon me, and I chose to believe. And look at me now. I'm healthy. I have God in my life. Yeah, I do have things that I go through every day. Who doesn't? But I'm happy. I have God. I have everything I need. And now I just don't find my worth in stupid things. I don't find my worth in, oh my God, my boyfriend views me as this. Or like, I don't find my worth in clothes. I don't find my worth in acceptance. I find my worth in Jesus. Now, my attitude towards men, I'm here to support them. What gender is responsible, this is not what it is right now. Or who's responsible. It's knowing that men do struggle in real life. Come on, let's just admit, they have more access to stuff. They have more access to pornography. They have more access to, sexual videos and everything. And every day they come across, Instagram profiles. They come across videos. They come across pictures, etc., etc. And it's constantly being thrown in their face. And I know that stuff where men should know how to control themselves. I understand. Jesus agrees with you too, because in the Bible also says that people were telling Jesus, well, she shouldn't dress this provocative, right? So I don't lust over her. And Jesus said, pull your eye out rather than you sin. And you have control over what you think. You have control over what you see. It's not like this is an excuse for rape. It's not. Just because a woman dresses provocative or, dresses just half naked, it's not an excuse for you to assault her. It's not an excuse for you to go after her. And it's not an excuse to disrespect her or touch her in any way possible. It is not an excuse. Rape is never justified. Rape is something terrible. And sadly, it does happen in our world. And sadly, we have no control over it. There's people that they're just so messed up in the mind. Christian woman, I want to respect myself. I don't want people to see me and be like, I have to agree that there is responsibility on both ends. It's not like one gender is responsible for that act, or females are responsible for this, or boys are responsible for that. It shouldn't be like that. There is responsibility on both ends. And one more thing, the Bible is super, super, super duper clear. Flee from sexual immorality. At the end of the day, men or women have control over what they see. Like, it's not like, oh my God, I find this attractive, so I'm gonna go and take it, or I'm gonna go and touch it. No. Keep your hands to yourself. There's only so much responsibility that you can put on a person, and at the end of the day, like I said, you have control. You have control over what you're looking at. Listen, we're on the same team. One gender should not be responsible for everything, because that is not cool. And yeah, I know it's a little bit tricky now because whole movement going on, body confidence, body freedom, free to nipple. I'm all for that body confidence. Yes, girl, you do your thing. Like, you're beautiful. Like, accept your body to a certain extent. Also look at Timothy 2:9, where it says, I also want the women to dress modestly, decency, adorning themselves not with elaborate hairstyles or gold or pearls or expensive clothes. God really doesn't look at the outside. I can tell you there is a story in the Bible where Jesus even defends a prostitute and he helped her. He didn't judge her. He didn't say, well, you're disgusting, and that is just so like ill. He didn't say that. He said, walk and don't sin anymore. I know there's a lot of women out there watching this video, and I know your standard of modesty is completely more different than mine, and it's okay, and it's okay if you disagree with me. It comes down to one thing. It's representing God. It's representing your Savior. it's about having respect towards yourself also. And I'm just here to share my thoughts about modesty, generation, just following these things. Listen, you don't have to wear crop tops to look hot. You don't have to put a shirt all the way here and then your boobs out to look hot. I know society makes you think that wearing these stuff makes you pretty, makes you cool. For me, confidence is just not the way you dress. It's the way you speak. You speak to yourself too. Me personally, when I heard about the song WAP and I looked at the lyrics, it's like, how is this empowering? How is a person going to listen to that and be like, girl power? How? If anything, it's just so degrading to women. I find it so disrespectful. Because, should I remind you, fought for our rights, not to be viewed as just a piece of cloth or something you can throw and bring back in. Fought for our rights because we wanted equal rights. We wanted to be treated equally. I'm not here to tell you what you should wear, what you can't wear. I'm here to encourage you. Feminists can disagree with me. I don't care. These kind of music are making men disrespect us. In their head, they're saying, well, she's easy. She's only for one thing. And you know exactly what one thing means. I urge you, as women we are and how strong we are, we make a difference. To focus on what the word empower someone really is. And I'm not perfect. My journey to modesty is still going on, and it's an ongoing process. That is it for today. This is just my thought on modesty. I was debating whether to make this video or not, but it's here. Next video is going to be about soul ties, and I hope you enjoy that video. There's going to be a lot of great information, so stay tuned for that. And if you want to hear more videos about these topics and everything that people, you know, don't like talking about it, but I do, so subscribe to my channel, my Instagram, I'll leave my TikTok, and I'll leave my Facebook. If anything, you have more questions about modesty and maybe tips on how to start modesty, I will be more than glad to help you and to, you know, make you understand what modesty really is about. And it is a lifestyle. It's something you choose. It's something that grows out of you. Besides that, nice Sunday. Bye guys, I love you so much.